welcome everyone to the neutral grounds of Armwrestling with Engin, Terzi, and Janis. Amolins. I'm gonna be your moderator, if needed, translator. Today's our guest is Irakli Zirakashvili from Georgia. He will be joined by his friend who will translate for him, David. And he's one of the best lightweights on the planet right now, and Georgian superstar in making. So let's start the conversation. Engin, take over.
Yeah, always the hard part is mine. Yeah, just one time say, Janis, you start.
For beginning, I want to ask Irakli, is he really still a lightweight? Because I have heard rumors that he is already 90 kilos or more, not a lightweight anymore.
Now his weight is 87 kilograms, but now just he can't training so hard and just как-то по-русски буду говорить, да? Когда просто в Грузии сейчас мы не можем тренироваться, и его вес был где-то 90 килограмм, да? Но сейчас, когда мы не можем так жестко тренироваться, просто его вес немного снизился. Но скоро все будет открыто, и он будет еще прибавлять веса.
Будет 100.
Еще хочет больше, да? Еще.
Да, сейчас где-то 90-92, но дальше уже посмотрим, да.
Какой категории будет
Janis, I will translate first of all. So right now his weight is about 87 kilos because he cannot train that hard because of COVID-19 situation in the country. But right before this, he was already 92 kilos, and he wants to gain more. He wants to get bigger. Yeah,
it would be interesting to see him, in 95 kilo category in the future, maybe.
Следующий план бороться это какой категории? 90, 85, 100?
Он уже во взрослых, да, категории уже, но сейчас в этом году, если чемпионат мира будет проходиться, да, 85 он хочет, но каждый лет он хочет прибавлять веса и не останавливаться, когда усиливаться, да.
So he wants right now for this year to compete in 85 if the championship will happen, but for next year's he wants to get bigger and bigger. He doesn't want to stop.
Yeah. In my opinion, if he goes to 90 kilo, I believe, in my opinion, he has a big chance to beat Zolev, like same as the Tautiev did. But I think that he will have problems with Sasho, because once you put Zolev out of position, it is more possible to beat, than, beating Sasho, because Sasho, when in hard positions, he can still press. And the people who beat Sasho usually are the people who has good pressers, like Oğuzhan Koçak did, Zolev did, and Spartak Zolev did. But people who tries to get away from Sasho usually gets the side pressure by Sasho, and Irakli is not great presser, but he's great, controller guy. I think he will have a big problem to beat Sasha, but I think he will beat Zolev.
Yeah, ესე იგი, თუ 90 კილოგრამში გადავალო, შეიძლება ბერგო Sasha-თან გაუჭირდება, იმიტომ რომ შეუძლია წამგებიანი პოზიციიდან ბრძოლა იმას, მაგრამ ხაჯი უნდა შეიძლება მოგოს, მაგრამ გაუჭირდებაო რა.
But it's more possible if it will be 85 kilo class, then we will see him again against Plamen and maybe Tautiev or
Tautiev didn't do well at the nationals, I think, this year. I didn't see him at the nationals either.
Tautiev.
He didn't. Yeah.
Okay, or maybe even Krasovskis. Who knows? Vladislav will be 85. Vladislav was thinking about 80 for this year if something will happen.
Because this year also Bojidar is in 85 kilo.
Yeah, Bojidar as well, 85.
What does he think about himself against the possible opponents this year, 85 kilo? And if he goes bigger, what does he think about his chances against Zolev and Sasha, who are the top two in the 90 kilo?
რა ვიცი მე რაც მაქსიმუმ შეიძლება ну чем максимум გავაკეთებ რა და აი შეიძლება რომ შევას
Так что, ну, 85, ну, просто он сейчас не думает как-то останавливаться в какую-либо категорию, просто он сказал, что хочет просто набирать массу, хочет набирать силу, и с кем будет это хватать, чтобы, например, выиграть какого-то конкретного спортсмена, он выигрывает, а если нет, это нет проблем как-то для него, но, например, ну, Сашо, он согласился, что Сашо есть другой, например, другая рука для него, но просто в 75 килограммовую категорию, да, у него была другая сила, а сейчас уже другая, потому что 75 весовая категория 75 килограмм для него была очень низкая. Для его структуры, для его анатомии, но
для
сейчас
роста, да,
85 уже он набирал массу, например, на плече, например, жиме, например, да?
На все.
Начал такие тренировки, которые раньше не делал так хорошо, потому что ну, масса не было, да, у него. Просто нужно какая-то, например, какая-то турнир, чтобы тестировать такие новые тренировки и узнать, что, например, у него не хватает, а хватает.
So right now he's focused on just getting bigger. He thinks about 85 kilo class, and he said, like, if I win someone, it's okay. If I lose to some athlete, it's okay. I just want to get bigger and stronger. When he was 75 kilos, his strength was one level, but his anatomy was different. So now he said he like just getting stronger at different moves, training things that he hasn't trained before. Just overall, he getting stronger, and he just wants to test himself. So he feels much stronger than he has ever been. But he it's not like he wants to win this class. He just wants to get better, and better. Yeah.
How tall is he? 185. How tall is he?
Рост.
185 maybe.
190.
190. Oh, yeah. So if he's 190, I think he can be up to 100 or 110 kilo in the future.
Are you taller, Irakli? Are you taller than Levon?
Ну да, например, это 10 килограмм, на него визуально совсем не хватает, понимаете, мышца не совсем такая, какая должен быть, да? Он прибавил 10 килограмм, а визуально это не совсем так выглядит, да? И его организм, я думаю, что его организм может 100 и 110 тоже, как, например, Engin сказал, может такую весовую категорию он прибавить, да? Просто время нужно для этого, да? И всегда где-то каждый год 5 килограмм, как он, например, запланировал, каждый год, например, 5 килограмм прибавить, это думаю, что это будет нормально для его.
So, like before that, I forgot he said that Sasha, like we talked before, would be a hard match for him. He knows that. He knows Sasha arm wrestles differently, and he really understands the reality of this match. But he said, like, for him, when he gains 10 kilos, it doesn't look that much because he's very tall. And he just wants to gradually each year increase the weight because he has the frame for it and just getting stronger and stronger and stronger.
But the thing is, if you want to build a good career while you getting bigger, I suggest you to not to lose, get bigger, get bigger, but win, get bigger. Don't underestimate. Those are all written in your career. These are your best years. Don't lose and go up. Win and go up. I would suggest you.
Да, он согласился, там, как будет, это уже мы увидим, например, на турнирах, да.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you like, maybe, Zolev has been pulling already for like near 20 years. We don't know how long he's gonna do it, and he is still the world champion. So when you 5 years later, don't regret that you lost Zolev in your career instead of you beat Zolev. You understand? Do you understand? Yeah. Just make sure that. So don't underestimate those guys. Those are big steps in your career.
That's true. That's true.
So,
Yeah. I don't know in English or Russian. Русский лучше, да? Я хочу спросить, Иракли, немножко вот все интересуются, потому что у него очень большие веса, он показывает на тренировок. Например, как он свою тренировку вкладывает, например, там сколько дней тренируется, понедельник, вторник. Можно немножко такую структуру дать?
Да.
What was the question, Raymond?
the question is how he structures his training for the week. Yeah. I'm making notes so I won't forget anything.
You're doing great job.
Ну, в неделю тренируется 5 дней, да. Если не больше, например, не меньше, но если не больше, 5 дней тренируется, и он, например, каждую тренировку делает какую-то тренировку, ну, максимальные веса, понимаете, да? У него нет такие тренировки, когда не делает какую-то тренировку на максимальном весе, да? Он любит делать все больше и больше, например, и нет такие слабые тренировки для просто разгулок и так далее.
5 дней и каждый идет максимум. Ну, максимум каждый раз другая группа.
Да, другая группа. Ну, например, может быть, в неделю 2 раза делать один и тот же тренировок, да, но один раз, например, в одну мышечную группу делает максимальный вес, а второй день вторую мышечную группу максимальный вес.
Raymond, will translate?
Okay. First of all, he trains 5 times a week, at least. He said at least. And every time he does his training session, he goes for max lift on something. So there are no light workouts, as he said. There is no walk in the park. It's just heavy lifting. But it's something else each time. If he's doing the same workout twice a week, he will do something super heavy, like going for max, and something where he will not go for the max. But every day is
but once a week at least you do once, max.
Every day. Five times a week, max.
5 times a week.
But you said that if he does the same thing more than once a week, he does.
But something different.
One thing max. But if he does it twice, the second one will not be the max.
It will be max, but maybe different exercise.
If he does 2 hammer training, one will be max, but the other one will not be max. If he does within the same week. Yeah?
Exercise. If he does 3 different exercises, he will do 1 for max. Next time he will do the second one for max. Yeah. But it's every time he trains for max.
Yeah. When I was young, I was also training, only the max, But when you get older and with injuries, you can do that all the time. If you do that, I mean, you need to have 1 month or 2 months a year to stay at your top. If you stay longer than that, when you get old and injured, and then you start getting hurt, if you push it more and more and more. But when you are young, I wish I could go back in time. It's so great,
It's okay. I still can do a max quite often, but of course not every day. Not every day.
You took care of your health very good, Janis.
Yeah,
I use my body so rough.
I still can do 2-3 days a week, really max effort trainings, and 2-3 days I can do more dynamic.
All year long you do?
Almost all year long. Yes, all year long.
I cannot. I need to a little bit go down
it's
and
still
possible.
Go up.
Irakli is still young.
Yeah.
He has.
Yes.
Irakli
How
Young
old
is
is now? 24? 24? He is?
23?
How old is he?
22, yeah.
22.
22. Ah, yeah. But last
Он
year
сказал,
he
что
wasn't.
просто он не может прийти в зал и тренироваться где-то 30 или 25 килограммов. У него как-то орган где-то нужно как-то, понимаете? И, например, он каждый год прибавляет в каждую тренировку минимум 10-15 килограмм. Например, когда он весил 75 килограмм и делал, например, 60 килограмм на ремне, да, для верховиков, да, сейчас уже может 70 килограмм сделать, например, на несколько повторений, да, и у него есть какие-то особенные тренировки, да, которые, как сказать, это его тренировки, и этих тренировок он делает всегда, каждую подготовку, и очень большое внимание приделяет, что эти тренировки всегда были пройти наверх, понимаете, да? А если есть какие-то минусы, которые уже на чемпионатах уже показываются, да, а после этого, после чемпионатов уже особое внимание дает уже в этих минусах, да.
Okay. So he said, first of all, he cannot work out, like he goes to training, he cannot do exercise with 25, 30 kilos. He needs to go higher and higher. And when he was 70 kilo guy, he said he did like 60 kilos for some lifts on hammer curls. And now he's like said, when he's getting bigger, he needs to add more. So he has adding at least 10, 15 kilos up. And he has some of his favorite like workouts that he does like all the time. Like he feels like this is where he keeps growing and he gets better. When he goes to competition, and if the competition shows him like weaknesses or weak points or something that needs to be worked on, he adds those and gets and trains them too. Yeah.
Do you think that Irakli? Do you think that you have there are some things that you need to improve? You know, I have been following you for the last 4 or 5 years, and usually it is hard to top roll you. It is hard to hook you. But you know, when you were pulling against the guy Oleg Tudorian from Moldova, you know, with the dead wrist, and the same happened with the Aktaev this year. Looks like also happened with the guy from Azerbaijan as well. You know, do you think that you have? What's that?
Yeah, Safronov.
Yeah.
In European.
And do you think that are you working on that? Like, are you training? Because it looks like there is a problem there.
Ну да, это уже не новость, что эта техника для него проблемная, да. И если он когда-то проиграл, например, 90% этих проигрышей было, например, трицепсы, да, на деадристе, да. И просто он сказал, что это случилось потому, что он всегда сбросил большие веса для чемпионата, да. Но когда он уже и это бросил вес, не дали ему шанс, чтобы, например, плече или такие базовые мышцы, которые есть, которые нужно, например, против этих, например, на трицепсе борется, да, против них, у него просто не было сил, потому что он сбрасывал.
Общая сила не хватило.
Когда он уже сменил, например, категорию, да, в 75, для него было более комфортно напротив таких техниках, да, но это и была причина, по которому он захотел прибавить веса, потому что у него не хватило та сила, которая нужна против этих, например, плече, да, и базовые такие тренировки, чтобы он не снизил такую большую цифру, да, перед чемпионатах. И, ну, это просто его смысл, да. И если, например, сейчас он выйдет в 95, и так и случится, что если кто-то, например, такую технику его будет атаковать, да, и у него будет сила против них, значит, его план будет правильным.
Правильный, да. So he said like before every championship competition he drops a lot of weight, like a lot of weight. And he said when he has to drop that weight, he didn't train like for overall exercise, like shoulders, chest, anything else. So
he needs to go down.
Yeah, when he needs to go down, he doesn't train, and he feels like he's just weak there. And now that he gained some muscle and some strength, he feels that overall strength will help him because he's just stronger. And he said, I will go to 85, 90, 95 kilos, and I will test them. If I can do something against some of these guys, then everything worked out as a plan. If no, I still have to improve on that.
Yes, but he needs to. He's losing the weight.
When
he's losing the power.
Then
he's beating. But listen, he's beating Makarov. He's beating Arthur. If Arthur and Aktaev.
Oh, we lost Engin.
We lost Engin.
Okay, we will get him back.
Yeah,
he will be back.
Yeah, the call came. So
good.
If Arthur and Aktaev would meet, if I know arm wrestling, I know for sure that Arthur would beat him. They both go inside. Arthur is stronger. The only thing is Arthur cannot pull this way, while Aktaev can pull this way. So if the problem is not about the technique, about Irakli, if it is the power, then he couldn't beat Arthur either, But he beat Arthur, but he lost to Aktaev. It just shows that, he had power to beat Arthur, but not to Aktaev. He had power to beat many guys, but he lost to the Moldovan guy. He had power to beat, again, Arthur, first match in the European Championships, but he lost to the Azerbaijan guy. So I don't know. I think that, my suggestion to you, it may not be like totally about the power, but it is, maybe there is a problem about the dead risk people, pulling dead risk. If I were you, I would little bit work on this to overcome, because you don't want to experience one more time the same thing. But in 85 kilo, who can pull in this way? Is there anyone in 85 kilo?
Who's pulling that wrist?
Yeah.
Zurab, his teammate.
Zurab can pull like that. Zurab can.
Yeah, it's I think also it's a little bit about styles. Irakli is pulling a lot of curling power, a lot of curling power, and against those who are pulling with that wrist, you need to separate them a little bit from arm. So you need to use more lat power, more back and more side.
Maybe side,
and it's easier. If you're just trying to lift them up, to post them up, to curl them up, it's very hard to do against them. But against others, it's working.
Yeah, Arthur told me after the match, Arthur said he is very strong, he told me. Arthur told me that Irakli is very strong. And you can translate these things too, because I don't know if you understand what, David. But,
How is your English, Irakli? You understand what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Sometimes he understands, but sometimes not.
Arthur came to me. He was like, Engin, he is very strong. This is what he told me. He did everything he can. Irakli, can you ask Irakli, when Arthur couldn't go inside, and then when he pulled his elbow back, he felt some power there too, whenever Arthur pulled his elbow. I pull with Arthur too.
Yes. Continue. I will next time.
Yeah. Whenever I pull with Arthur, I was thinking that, Arthur is going to go only inside. And I trained my pronator so good. And Arthur just jumped in, and I hit his hand. His hand was like this. And I was like, okay, I won. I'm the winner. And then whenever I go this way, and then he pulled his elbow back, my wrist was this. But, Irakli is 190 something. I am 177. Irakli also has a longer forearm. So whenever Arthur is pulling his elbow, Irakli was able to calm and not to have all the pressure. When Arthur pulled his elbow back to the pad, it was too far for me. But for Irakli, I saw that he was just coming a little bit forward, and he still had the wrist. Yeah, you understand? But did he feel the pressure when Arthur pulled his elbow back?
On a hand, on wrist.
Janis, first a few seconds of the match, I thought I won the match against him. Until he pulled his elbow. Yeah, I really thought that because everything, my pronator was incredible good, seriously.
Yes.
But whenever you know that you are arm master, whenever your hand finish, you cannot even use your own pronator because the hand finish, you just hang there, you understand? But if you have this, then you can hit from it. But my hand finished because I didn't train 2 months for my hand, not at all, He was so strong. I never expected it. Yeah, what he says?
He said that, there is problem because all see that his wrist, Irakli's wrist too,
You tell in Russian.
He can tell Russian, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Например, Иракли сказал, что кисть у Иракля тоже приходила на этом времени, да, когда Макаров начал стегнуть его с собой, но сила руки у него хватало насколько, чтобы удержать его, понимаете? А потом, когда уже он узнал, что, например, Артур тоже уже высохло, да, понимаете, уже у него не было энергии, да, а потом уже он трицепс его выиграл, понимаете, но сила руки уже у него была насколько больше у Иракля на этом движении, что физически он не чувствовал такое напряжение, чтобы его рука открылась.
Raymond?
Raymond is frozen? Or Raymond?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, I hope I heard everything. When they were pulling, and first of all, when Arthur was pulling back, he felt a lot of pressure on his hand, but he felt that he has the power to hold it. And then he was just holding on until Arthur get exhausted, and then he finished the match. But he said he felt that his hand was stronger in that position than his. I hope I didn't miss anything because it froze up a little bit.
No, it was like that.
Accurate.
Accurate, yeah. I still еще хочу спросить, я уже начал при тренировках, просто все интересуются и смотрят эти, например, лучшие твои результаты на натяжка, свободным весом, бицепс или подтягиваний, свои лучшие результаты. Можешь нам так рассказывать?
Asking the weight numbers or?
Yeah, that's best lifts because it's everyone asks. It's interesting. Fans are interesting, and also myself. Because those are crazy numbers we have seen in hammer curl, in biceps curl, in pull-ups, maybe even in hand.
I hope he's not gonna hurt his lower back or something whenever he's not.
70 kilo. That's.
Он сказал, что это те видео, которые уже в социальных сетях, например, или на Ютубе, это есть его максимальные веса, например, на турнике 100 килограмм, да.
Подтягиваться.
Да, подтягивание, да. Например, на натяжку 70 килограмм, да. И на бицепсе, да, сидя в скоте, да.
140 или...
142 килограмм, да.
142 штанга, да.
Просто эти видео были сниманы в первую же очередь. Понимаете, когда он первый раз пришел в этих весах, да, тогда и было снято это видео, да. Например, это на подтягивание было снято где-то 4 дня назад, да, насколько я знаю, да. И просто он усиляется на этих движениях, да, и, например, эти есть те тренировки, о котором я сказал, что эти тренировки для него есть самые главные, и он всегда...
Как базовые, да?
Да, смотри, это, например, который работает на него, да, и со временем он не изменяет их. Понимаете, он делает эти тренировки во всех подготовках, да, и поэтому он делает такие большие веса, например, да, но просто когда это видео было с летним 80 килограмм 2 раза, да, когда сидя делает, да, бицепс, например, это когда 105 килограмм он сделал, да, это была где-то третья его тренировка. Да, он просто смотрел видео и просто захотел сделать эту тренировку. Да, просто первый раз сделал 100 килограмм на 2 раза, а потом сделал 105 килограмм на третью тренировку. Просто у него сильный организм, и он может, например, если показывать ему, ну, какие-то тренировку, например, силу тренировку, например, нужно присед, например, да, он делает где-то за 2 недели он уже делает очень хорошие веса, да, на таких тренировках. Просто показать ему тренировку, и нет проблем. Даже, может быть, на первый раз тоже будет большие веса делать.
Talent.
Okay.
Wow, it was a long one.
Yeah. So first of all, like he said, like pull-ups with 100 plus kilos. Like the videos that we have seen are the best lifts of him, and those are like example is when Latin was doing bicep curls and he did 105 kilos, something like that. He said just like it was third try for him, like third workout, then he did that. And he said he's very good at adapting. Let's just show him a video and he will do with very big weights, very fast. And the exercise that he showed on videos, like squat bench curls or 70 kilo hammer curls or pull-ups, those are his like base exercises, like for like the main workout, and he keeps doing whenever he's preparing for any kind of competition. So whatever we have seen, those are the best lifts that he has done, but he keeps doing them and just getting better.
Можешь каком-то силовом упражнению сделать больше, чем Леван?
Sprint.
Can he do in some exercise more than Levan? They are training together, so maybe he can lift in some way more than Levan.
Ну, есть, ну, сказал, что, например, есть какие-то тренировки, которые не больше, но почти те число делает, насколько Леван, но это не во многих тренировках, да.
So he said like he can come very close to what Levan is doing at some exercises, but
or they can work together with
or
same
they
weights.
can work with almost same weights. Yeah.
Ну, я просто один раз Леван мне сказал, что ну просто мы тренировались в других залах, в другом зале, да, и где-то 1 год, чтобы мы перешли в том зале, где Леван тоже тренируется, и он мне сказал, что он очень счастливый, чтобы Иракли приходил в этот зал, потому что у него есть стимул, потому что кто-то делает, например, те же числа, те же килограммы, как он, и он не хочет уже делать меньше. Да.
Это очень важно, да. Иметь хорошего.
Maybe translation.
Levan said that he's very happy that Irakli came to train together with him and change the gyms, because now there's someone who works almost the same weights. So now Levan cannot lift lighter than he has. So he has to keep going
He's
further.
pushing him, huh?
Because sometimes he's lazy to take bigger weights, and no, it's a stimul for him to take bigger weights as well.
Yeah. And whenever he sees that, 85 kilo, 87 kilo guy is lifting, he cannot lift him lighter than that. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.